Hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you a story about Mr. Good. Show it to your kids so they learn this book. Mr. Good is so good and he always comes into his house, cleans his feet, always makes his bed and always brushes his teeth regularly. And he's very good because he never forgets birthdays, he never tells lies, or he never ever does something bad. But the sad news was that Mr. Good lived in Badland, and in Badland people slammed the doors. And Mr. Good sometimes gets hurt. And in Badland, the dog's bite is more worse than its bark. Even the trees are bad in Badland. In Badland, the puddles are so deep. And do you know what? In Badland, it always rains because it's a bad country and a bad weather country. One day, Mr. Good was walking. A man's cap flew near him. Mr. Good jumped and catched the cap. "Oi, give that back!" shouted the man, because he was a Badland man. Mr. Good miserably gave the hat back. But do you know what? Mr. Good was gonna catch the hat and give it to the man. But the man didn't know because he was a Badland person. One day, Mr. Good was walking. A woman came nearby Mr. Good. The woman was carrying shopping. Mr. Good said, "Can I carry shopping for you?" "No," said the woman. She thought Mr. Good was going to steal it. But what Mr. Good was actually going to do was carry it to her home. Mr. Good isn't happy in Badland. One day he decided to go on a very, very long walk. He walked and walked and walked and walked. He walked so much that he didn't know where he was. He was in his deep thought. He bumped into a man. The man said, "It's okay." Mr. Good had never heard "it's okay." Mr. Good noticed the sun up in the sky shining. Mr. Good never saw the sun in Badland, so he wondered which country he was in. That day, Mr. Good saw some rubbish on his way, so he picked up the rubbish and put it in the bin. A woman was passing by. "Thank you," said the woman. Mr. Good had never heard "thank you" before in his life. Mr. Good said to the woman, "Excuse me, do you know where I am?" "Yes," said the woman, "you're in Goodland." Mr. Good was very happy that he was in Goodland. You know now where Mr. Good lives? In Goodland. And he's building a house so he can live in Goodland. Mr. Good still doesn't trust a puddle because he still remembers what happened in Badland with him. If you step in a Badland puddle, you never forget. This is the end of the story. You can see some More people in Mr. Good's line, Mr. Rude, Mr. Nobody, Mr. Adventures. Hopefully I'll read all of these and hopefully you liked this story. Tomorrow I'll tell you a new one. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.